Anyway, what's up? How's it going? I sold my Axe Effects. I sold my Axe Effects because Neural DSP is too good. It's too good. So here's the deal. I wanted to do an experiment. So for a couple months, I turned off my Axe Effects. I ripped it out of my rack. I put it in my closet, and I decided to only use... Wait a minute, my other light's not on. There we go. I decided to use only Archetype, Nolly, and Parallax for a couple months to see if I could do it. To see if I could go fully in the box. No hardware. And the experiment went way better than I thought it would. I didn't miss the Axe Effects. I got a tone out of Archetype Nolly that was just as good as my Axe Effects after, I don't know, 8 or 9 years of constantly tweaking my tone on my Axe Effects and crafting this sound that I had for almost a decade. And, you know, I got it. I got it with Neural DSP in like a week. So I made a demo video a long time ago on this plugin, but I decided to come back to it now that it's my primary source of guitar tones. And I'm just going to go through the tones that you guys just heard in the demo at the beginning of this video. And I'll kind of explain my tone a little bit. It's nothing too crazy, but yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so this is my main rhythm tone. Pretty chunky. I'm using this amp head with this cab. This just seemed to be the best combination that I could find for my playing style. I'm using a 57 and the 414 on the right side, and it's a nice blend. I think the 414 gives it a nice, like, low end, nice chunk. That's kind of where the main sound is coming from, and then the 57 is to give it some bite. For the pedals in front of the amp, I'm using the compression. I've got the overdrive on there. I've got the tone absolutely dimed, then the drive all the way down. And yeah, the gain here is pretty low. It's under 3. Because I pick really hard, and I think this sounds good. You have the most note definition. EQ, not a whole lot going on. Just kind of pulling down on the low end a little bit. The low mids. Thought it was a little overbearing. Kind of muddy. Tightens it up a little bit. Yeah, that's the rhythm tone. Let's check out the high gain lead. This is pretty similar to the rhythm tone. Actually, no, it's not at all. What am I talking about? I forgot what I did. So here I'm using the matching cab with this amp. I'm also using the overdrive 2 pedal. This just has a lot more juice to it. And compared to the rhythm tone, I've got the gain turned up a lot more. I've got the low and the mid turned up a little more too. And for the microphones, I'm only using the 414. And then for post effects, I've got the delay. It's pretty wet, but I've got all the settings where I want them, so I can kind of just turn the mix up and down as needed. Same with the reverb. And yeah, it's a big, epic lead tone. Moving on to the crunchy lead. So on the crunchy lead, we're using this amp head and this cab, and I'm only using the 57. I've got the bright switch turned on, so I can go into any of these middle pickups here, these middle pickup selections, and get a nice split coil sounding tone. And here I've got the compressor turned on as always, and I've got my overdrive going a little bit too. Yeah, and then I've got similar delay and reverb settings as my high gain lead. And lastly, we have my clean tone. So for the amp, I'm using this head, and I'm actually not using a cab. That way it's super, super sparkly, and it won't sound nasty unless you turn the gain up. If you start turning the gain up, you're gonna start getting that nasty no cab sound. But if you've got the gain low enough, you're gonna get a really, really nice Crispy, clean tone. For pedals, I've just got the compressor going. I'm on the smooth setting rather than the snappy setting. EQ, I'm cutting out a little bit of the low mids and boosting the highs. For the delay and reverb, also pretty similar to my lead tones. And yeah, that's about it. I'm also really excited to announce the launch of my new website, Archetype Tiger Studios. Check the link in the description. You can download all these tones for free, and you can learn more about my mixing services, and you can contact me if you're interested in working with me. So feel free to check it out and enjoy these new presets. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and see you guys next time.